tuning in to my channel. For today's video, I want to share some care tips and some information about alocasia in general. Because taking care of alocasia plants is generally the same. So if you're thinking of buying one of them, you must see this video and learn. We will be tackling about the proper pots to be used, proper soil mix, watering, lighting, humidity, fertilizer, and pest control. But before we proceed to our topic, don't forget to hit like and subscribe so you'll get notified whenever I share a new video. If you will notice, all alocasia plants has heart-shaped leaves and very attractive in appearance because of its striking foliage. There are around 80 species native to tropical and subtropical Asia to eastern Australia. They belong to family of Araceae, and these plants is a little bit of high maintenance and quite delicate. But if we can give proper care for these plants, it would be really nice to have it. Okay guys, ito si Albo. Dati may kasama yan, nung binili ko, meron siyang variegated leaf, which is siya yung unang nawala dahil nagkamali ako ng area of placement sa kanila nito ni Amazonica. Sabay ko silang binili eh. Tapos nilagay ko sila sa loob ng bahay. Eh, bawal pala sa kanila yon. So, sabay silang nasira yung oldest leaf. But anyway, gaantay pa rin ako na sa variegated leaf nito. And this one is Alocasia negra. See, dark yung mga dahon niya. And kulay dark din yung kanyang stem. Kaya siya tinawag siguro na negra. This is black velvet. Matigas yung dahon niya, velvety yung ibabaw, and very dark na green. And purple yung underside niya with green veins. Tapos green naman yung kanyang stem. Ito si Amazonica. Makintab yung dahon niya na madulas. And ang underside niya is kulay purple. And yung kanyang stem ay plain na green. Kamukha siya ni Tony Sandariana. Ang kaibahan lang is siya ay purple, ito ay green, na makintab din. And yung underside niya ay medyo nagpa-purple. At ang kanyang stem ay ganyan. Parang zebra. Ito nabili ko, ganito na yung dahon. Eh since mura lang naman, so kinuha ko na. Pagandahin na lang, antayin ko na lang siyang gumanda. And this one, binili ko rin yung bulb lang. May kasamang dahon. Ito sira-sira pa nga yan dati. Ito rin, lantang-lanta na yan eh. Pero ito yung bagong baby niya. So, healthy na siya ngayon. Humalomena philippinensis. Ang kaibahan nila ni Humalomena revescens, ito si Humalomena revescens, is brown yung tangkay nito. Ito naman ay green. So, yun. See, napakaganda ng mga dahon. Okay, let's proceed to our topic. First is the proper pots. We need to use a pot that is just the right size for the plant. If the plant is too small for the pot, for the size of the pot, then the tendency is the potting medium will absorb too much water than necessary. And the root will sit in the water for a long period of time that will cause root rot and fungal infection. So the pot is also a factor. And it should also have a good drainage so we can avoid the root rots and fungal infection. Next is the soil. You can do your own potting mixtures by yourself, but make sure it is a well-draining soil but holds moisture. I would suggest using coco peat or rice hull because both of them can hold moisture but not soggy wet, about 40%. Mix it up with 20% pumice for better aeration, and it also improves drainage to any kind of soil. 20% organic loam soil because it has garden soil, coco peat, vermicast, and fertilizer in it. And it is a well-draining soil too. 10% carbonized rice hull. This is made from burnt raw rice hull. This is sterile and minimizes fungal infection to the plants. And also 10% vermicast because it gives nutrients to our plants. Okay, that potting mix is only my suggestion. You can do your own by yourselves, but you have to be sure that it is a well-draining soil. Next is watering. Because Alocasia plants likes to be slightly dry in between watering, allow the top of the soil 2 to 3 inches to dry out first before giving them water again. You can use your fingers to feel by pushing it down the soil. Or we can use a moisture meter to easily monitor the watering of the plants. See this one? It has a setting here for moisture. Then this is the light. And this is the pH. So we are using the moisture setting. So if you see that the pointer is in number 4 or it's in the middle of dry and moist position, so it's time to water them. And never water your plants when it's in wet position. Next is lightings. You can place them in medium to bright indirect sunlight or by your windows. If you will place them away from your windows, it is much better to use grow light that will provide sufficient light to them. Do not place them in an area with low light because it will damage the leaves and eventually the plants. So, you will see them becoming droopy and sad. And if that happens, move them immediately to a bright and shaded area. Like what happened to my Amazonica and my variegated albo. May variegated to dati eh, na isa. So, when I bought them, I was so excited to bring them inside the house, and I placed them in an area with low light without knowing that it will harm them later on. At first, they were looking good and healthy, but after 5 days, they started to become droopy and sad, and brown patches were appearing on the leaves of each of them, the Amazonica and the albo. That time, this is the second leaf, and this one is still a baby like this. Ayan. It's still a sprout. So, and the variegated albo, meron ditong variegated albo na isa. Siya yung pinakamaganda sa lahat. And since they are the oldest and the largest among the leaves of these plants, they were the first one who had been affected and eventually gone. So I immediately moved them to another place outside my house, here in the garden, where there is bright and shaded area. So look at them now. They're happy and healthy. And look at this. There's a baby coming out. Next is humidity. They love humid places because their natural habitat is at rainforest floors where the humidity is so high. And we are so lucky, guys, because we are here in the Philippines, which is a warm country and very high in humidity. Unlike other countries, which is so cold and the plants have dormant period. So don't put them in an air-conditioned room because they don't like it. Just give them proper care and our plants will surely thrive. You can do misting by using a water sprayer. Just make sure that you are using rainwater. If not possible for you to get rainwater, you can use filtered water or purified water or distilled water. If not, if you are using tap water, let it sit in a container for at least 24 hours before giving them to your plants. But if you are a busy person and you can afford to buy humidifier, it is much better to use it so it will keep you away from lot of warts. Or you can do the water pebble tray system, which is putting the plants above the pebble with water so they can get the moisture they need when the water evaporates. Ganito naman ang sinasabi kong water pebble tray. Yan, kuha kayo ng tray, lagyan nyo ng mga pebbles, or if not, kuha kayo ng mga bato-bato dyan sa mga gilid-gilid ng bahay nyo, and ilagay nyo sila sa ibabaw. Ganyan. Ayan guys. Or grouping them together so they can moisturize each other. Next is fertilizer. You can use fertilizer of your own choice. There are many forms like powder, liquid, and pellet forms. And each of them has different ways of usage. Just follow the instructions when and how to use it. And don't over-fertilize your plants because it will result to mineral buildup that will make the leaves dry. And last is pest control. Common pests of Alocasia plants are mealybugs, scales, aphids, and spider mites. And you can control them by spraying neem oil, which you can buy a ready-to-use one, or you can do it by yourselves. I will show you how. Ito guys, ang aking neem oil solution. Ayan, ganyan ang itsura niya. Lagyan nyo na lang ng neem. At ito naman ang ating kailangan sa paggawa. Tubig, 1.5 liter ng bote na may tubig, and neem oil, liquid soap, and syempre takalan na merong measurement. Ang instructions guys, sa 1 liter na bote ng tubig, maglalagay tayo ng 5 ml na neem oil and 3 ml na liquid soap. And since ang gagamitin natin ay 1.5 liters ng tubig, so maglalagay tayo ng 7.5 na neem oil at 4.5 na liquid soap. So, ito na. 7.5. Ayan, 7.5 na neem oil. And then, lalagyan na natin ng liquid soap 4.5. 4.5. Ayan. Ang kagandahan sa kanya guys, kaya niyang patayin kahit yung mga hindi natin nakikitang mga insekto na kumakain doon sa ating mga halaman, sa mga dahon ng ating mga halaman. And then shake na lang natin. Shake, shake, shake. Shake natin mabuti. Yan, meron na tayong pesticide, neem oil solution. You can spray them every 2 weeks for maintenance. But if you see one, spray them immediately before they multiply and make a village to our plants. And just remember guys, pay attention to the condition of your alocasia and its watering needs, and you will have a happy and long relationship. Thank you for watching. Bye!